So we're talking today about winning with data, powering promotions in real time everywhere. There's been no shortage of this topic spoken about today, but I think you're going to gain something a little bit different from our session. Let's start you with a question. What's the most disruptive thing in retail today? Well, it's not your supply chain. It's not your promotions calendar, and it's not even your competitor. It's your shopper. So meet Angela. She's a working mom just like myself. She's based here in Chicago. She used to buy the same cereal brand every week at the same store. Last weekend, she opened her grocery app and she saw prices jump, so she switched to private label. The following week, a digital coupon led her to a competitor. By week 3, she's in a new store buying a new brand. 3 switches. Not because she's fickle, but because she's agile, hunting value in real time. By show of hands, does this sound familiar to your household? I think we're all feeling it. So Angela really isn't alone. 77% of shoppers switched brands or stores in the last year. 52% traded down to private label. 45% of shoppers hunt for digital deals every single week. And behind every one of those decisions is a tidal wave of promotions growing faster than ever before. In fact, ShopLiftr's proprietary database of active trade promotions recorded 1.7 million grocery trade promotions across the top 300 grocery retailers in the US in 2024. Well, what does that really mean? That is a 7.8% year-over-year increase in trade promotions. That's 127,000 more promotions in 2024 versus 2023. So tariffs, inflation, rising costs, shoppers are adapting at a pace that leaves most brands scrambling to keep up. So agility, it's not just an edge, it's survival. Truth is, most promotions are built for a world that moves slower than today's shoppers. We're still stuck with slow manual planning, retailer by retailer silos, as we've been talking about, fragmented data, and creative teams drowning in approvals and versioning. Every week brings new disruption. Tariffs imposed on 300 billion in Chinese goods and rising. Grocery input costs up 4.1% year over year. Grocery prices up 2.7% year over year. And retailers, major retailers like Walmart, Kroger, Target, reporting margin pressure from import costs in Q1 reporting of 2025. So what does that mean? It's not just about being late to market, it's about being out of sync with your shopper. By the time you act, your shopper is already on to the next deal, the next brand, the next store. And your competition, they're not just nimble disruptors. They're your retail partners pushing their private labels and their dynamic pricing. If your promotions are stuck in last month's playbook, you're not just behind, you're invisible. So, what's the way forward? We have to flip the model from set it and forget it to learn and adapt. From rigid, retail-driven, siloed offers to retail-agnostic, data-driven agility. I know it's a mouthful. Retail-agnostic, data-driven agility. It's not about being everywhere for everyone. It's about being relevant where it matters and when it matters. Hyper-local, hyper-relevant, and especially at scale. So I want to ask you a question. Is your marketing moving at the speed of your shopper or at the speed of your approval process? In a world of volatility, the only brands that are surviving are the ones who move with their shoppers and not behind them. So let's make this real. Imagine you're a brand manager, which I'm sure some of you in the room are, for a leading CPG brand. You're running trade promotions across multiple banners and regions. You're notified of a shift in competitive pricing in the Midwest, or maybe it's a change in demand on a SKU. Within days, not weeks, you adjust your message and creative, activating changes across your key digital channels, video, display, digital, out of home, seamlessly. Better yet, you've dialed in by shopper type. Loyalists get a deal for sticking with you. Lapsed buyers get a BOGO. And switchers, as we mentioned before, they get a better price than they just purchased. That is called, and remember this, real-time, retail-agnostic agility. Adapting promotions and creative across digital channels wherever the shopper is without being handcuffed by fragmented processes. So, why does this matter to you? Because it means no more waiting for next month's reset with your creative and your promotions, no more being boxed in by retailer silos. But agility only works if you have the right data at your fingertips. Most platforms show you what happened after the fact, kind of like a rearview mirror. In this climate, you need to see what's active now across banners, creative, and tactics. You can optimize your offers before the moment is lost. It's not about tracking every micro trend in real time. It's about having actionable, accurate promotional data fast enough to inform your next move. So you can shift and learn while the campaign is still relevant. Win the digital shopper, and you win the in-store dollar, and you win the next moment of truth. Agility really isn't launching a campaign in 24 hours. When we talk about speed to market, it's important, but that's not what agility is. Brands that win are the ones that close the loop between insight and action, and not in months, but in days. Brands that will lead tomorrow are the ones who can say with confidence, we know what's working and we can prove it. So here's where it gets a little bit more exciting. Real-time data and agility mean that you're not just moving faster, you're smarter, you're creative, and you're more relevant. So these are things that you can do. You can change offers and creative on the fly with hyper-local relevance and especially at scale, which is important. You can deploy multi-language, multi-audience campaigns, personalizing not just by demographic, but triggers like weather, intent, behavior. Creative that fits the moment. Raining in Chicago, let's give you a soup offer. Game day in Dallas, snack deal. Target down to the device, the different languages, and the moment at scale without complexity. So let me give you an example. We worked with a major frozen food brand who wanted to execute a national digital shopper marketing campaign. They wanted to target loyal, lapsed, and competitive shoppers within 12 retail banners scaled nationally. By accessing active trade promotion data, they dynamically delivered deals with creative that matched both the audience and the region in real time. And so what were the results to that? A 7.7% hero product sales lift and 465,000 in incremental sales. So that's relevance and impact. It's not just noise. Today's shoppers don't just want deals. They want deals that feel made for them. So, tariffs and inflation, I know we've been talking about a lot, but they are not going to be the last disruptions that we see. Supply chain shocks, regulatory changes, even viral trends, any of these can flip your category overnight. I don't know if we have people who remember this, but does anyone remember the feta cheese shortage that happened in 2011? We have a couple hands. Essentially, it was a viral TikTok recipe that took out the feta cheese for most retailers, and that is something that literally flipped overnight. This is actually the new normal now. We don't know how quick these disruptions will hit. So brands that thrive aren't the ones with the most resources. They're the ones with the most agile, sharpest data, and the courage to adapt. Retail agnostic, real-time data-informed promotions. I know it's a mouthful. Retail agnostic, real-time data-informed promotions. They're not just a nice to have anymore. They're your secret weapon and mission critical to whatever comes next. Your promotions really do miss the mark when your data sits in silos between brand, retailer, and media. So the battleground isn't just price or placement anymore. It's insight and the ability to act quickly. To truly move at the speed of your shopper, you need a pulse on what's happening everywhere, every week. And it's not just within your four walls. So, question to you is, are you leading with data and agility, or are you just hoping that next quarter will be a little less chaotic? This is where Shoplifter comes in. We're not just observing the market, we're monitoring every trade promotion across every grocery retailer all year round. As a retail-agnostic media platform, Shoplifter adapts your offers seamlessly across display, video, and digital out-of-home, any size, any screen, anywhere. Unlike closed retail media networks, we empower you to act where your shopper is, not where retailers let you be. Our proprietary database is the largest of its kind in North America, giving you a real-time 360-degree view of the promotional landscape and enabling instant, scalable response to shopper needs. It's access to over 250,000 weekly refresh deals in real time. So we make the complex simple, with creative automation delivering thousands of locally relevant on-brand messages in days, not in weeks. Not just breaking down silos, we're making them obsolete. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of our proven results. We had one of our national major brands that executed 88,500 creative variations in 6 weeks across 6 NFL teams, 19 retailers, and 48 different SKUs. That's a speed and scale unmatched, like anything in our industry. We also see results from our retailer partners that we work with. We had one retailer see a 29% lift in foot traffic and 11% year-over-year sales lift as well. Are you ready to move at the speed of your shopper, learn at the speed of your data, and win promotions that are as agile as your audience?